You probably have already seen me today. I've been spending a lot of time on camera doing my thing. So if you don't like seeing my face, I don't really care because I love talking to you anyway. But today I had a really amazing interview with Belle. If you want to watch it, you can join. Belle Lockerbie is a #2 Amazon bestseller. I did an interview with her in my group because we're actually doing a live event on Friday, the 18th. If you want to come along, leave a message and I'll send you the information if you're local to Southwest WA, Australia. Yeah, it was a really amazing interview on writing a book. So if you want to watch that, join the group Business Women Rising. But today I wanted to come and talk to you about what it really takes to actually make money. Now, we have this perception nowadays that if we just open a business, that people are just going to fly our way and we're going to make money, right? And that's a very skewed view of what success really is. A lot of the times we see people's success and we don't really know what goes into the back end of it. So I'll just tell you a little bit about maybe some examples that you might actually connect with. Now, I have a friend who opened a cafe right next to Macca's, actually, McDonald's. If you're sitting in America watching this, they call it Macca's here in Australia. And they opened the doors and they expected people to kind of walk in. Now, a couple things there is one, you have a high competitor that's sitting right next to you. So you kind of want to actually think these things out before you start a business. You want to really get clear on what you do, what you offer, the ambiance that you're going to have within your cafe, that sort of thing. Coaches, as far as, oh, sorry, I'm getting messages. Coaches that, sorry. All right, so coaches that, like I said, this is just examples. So if you're a cafe owner, I also have coaches that kind of are afraid to actually get seen and put themselves out there because they don't give themselves enough credit for the transformations they make. I also see these are kinds of things that might go wrong in something that you're actually doing now. So I also notice that in their lives, coaches are inviting other coaches in, which end up kind of skewing the idea of that thing. When you're doing something, you want to get complementary things in. So for example, if you're opening a cafe, what's next to you, like a brick and mortar that can actually complement what you're doing as well. Also, when you open a business, a lot of people think that they can just sell their passion, which is fantastic. Like if you're an artist and you're selling your artwork, amazing. I want you to be able to make money doing that. But also you want to position yourself to solve problems. So what problem are you actually solving for people? If you don't have a problem that you're solving, then it's more of a passion, like more of a hobby than an actual business, right? Because when you start a business and you're taking money in exchange, then you have to provide something of value to them, not value to you, right? So for example, when I started up my Business Women's Academy, I knew that there was a need for people to learn the deep understanding about what it takes to actually build a business to start off with. And a lot of the times too, sometimes people will start a business, but they don't want to learn sales or they don't want to learn marketing. They don't want to learn positioning. And sometimes when you go into business, you don't have money to hire someone right away to be able to do that stuff for you. So you really need to get clear on what tools you actually need to start the business as well as maintain the business until you get to the point that you can hire. And a lot of people actually join MLMs, which I love the MLM community. I give props to you. I buy essential oils through Young Living, but a lot of the times, because MLMs make the promise that you're going to make amazing money, having work-life balance, which is fantastic. We will all want to achieve that, but sometimes they don't really tell you how much work actually goes into that. And also, it's downplaying your unique gifts. So you're selling something, like I said, I'm not against it, but you're selling something else and you're downplaying your own gifts. So, for example, I actually have a client of mine who started off selling Juice Plus, but her main goal was to be a health coach. And so what she actually ended up doing was enrolling herself in the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and becoming a health coach. And then Juice Plus actually became one of the things that she implemented in the programs for her clients. So she is still selling the product, but she's also not downplaying her own unique talents and abilities to make transformation for people. Also, sometimes what can happen is when you start a business, you lack the clarity that you need. You need to gain a deep understanding of the problems that people have and the problems that you are solving, and also how to articulate that message quite clearly so that people understand what you do, who you are, what you stand for, and like have the boundaries around how much you actually need to get paid to deliver that product to the quality that you want to deliver it to. For me, when I started off, I was like, oh, I'm just going to charge people this much because this is how, how it feels good to me. Now that was only me and me alone. But what I really wanted to do was make a transformation for people on a very deep level and very quickly. So I started coaching people as well as integrating my teachings, but bringing other people in. So how much did I actually have to charge in order to hire the people, the specialists to come in and do the part that I couldn't do? So selling the program beforehand at the price that I needed to price it at, and then having the funds to then go and hire them out before the program even started. So I didn't automatically have those funds there, but it was, sorry, I tend to get distracted when I get messages when I do lives. So this is all the things that you have to think about when you're going into business is how to package, how to position yourself, how to market, how to sell. And if you're struggling in any of those areas, that's something that you need to be working on, period. And one of the things that's super important now is getting your message clear so that when you get on the platforms to sell yourself, that you know exactly what you're saying. So there's LinkedIn, there's Facebook, there's YouTube, there's in-person events, there's networking, there's all these places that you can meet people to just connect. Like, it's not about the sale necessarily. Eventually it will turn into sales, but it's also about making connections and getting visible. Like, people want to know who you are. They want to know what you offer. They want to know what you're about. They want to know your personality. And that's the part where you have to drop all of this. Like, for example, I met someone who was like, I sell this product. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, what do you sell? And they're like, oh, I sell these things, but I don't know if they're good. And so when you're coming from that place of, I don't know if I'm good enough, do you think that people want to buy it and they believe in you? No, you want to be like, yeah, I sell this and it's amazing and I love it and it's going to change your life. There's a difference in the way that people are seeing you and viewing you and wanting to buy your product, right? So what I really hope for you is that you take this into account and you see kind of what business foundations you need in order to grow your business, right? It's not about registering your business name, and yeah, those things play into it, but it's very much about getting those foundations right to begin with. And then when you do end up growing, it's like you already have those foundations there. So it's not a big deal to grow and scale. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about how you can leave your job, start the business. I want you to know exactly where you want to go. I want to be able to give you the skills to package, price, market, and sell, and then give you the foundations and the messaging for you to be able to then, when you make enough money, go and hire a marketing agency, like no big deal. So I hope that helps. I don't know, like, I'm on fire today and I'm loving life. So I hope you all are doing well. If you have any questions about business foundations, reach out to me. I'm offering 30-minute calls for free, no obligation. It's just reaching out. I love what I do, and I know that I can help you. Even like, for example, I had a girl that I had an interview with, and she messaged me the other day, and she's like, I can't believe that I'm making all these changes. And like, I just talked to you. And I'm like, yeah, I know that's what I do. And can you imagine what would happen if you signed up to the program? Because that was only an interview. Like, my intention was not to help her. It was just actually interviewing her and then giving her tips and tricks that she could actually implement in her life, just because that's what I love doing, is helping people. So yeah, like I said, just reach out. I'm a normal person. I don't bite, I promise. And I hope you all have a fabulous day. We'll talk soon. Bye.